Hey, akofana media so yama obibia good morning. And then da edin kan ne akofana media edi enhyiamu abomodra se ne dan nyina ye kano no na ye no obe subscribe ama akofana media na onya subscribe ama akofana media yesro notification bell no na waten no on edi ama akofana media comment section no Mr. Bomodina so do comment beba begu ho ama akofra media. Etwa gu ni nyina so na o share to all media platforms e de ema akofra media. We ye ne sa ewie a afi video so no Bomodina nya abotre se obehwe ama no asi. Abusiafo ena yensa akan video bi a efiri ye yankasa ye ndofo ye brother ya de nyina Councillor Lutterodt ensem bi a wode aba betudwa e concern ema Odo Broni esan se empanifo se yebo udin etu emra egu a ka hunu se eye udin ne ebebo ene yebo udin susu hye emra susu a udin nkomo bia nu onum a udin ebepamu da na we ya me no kasa no Councillor Lutterodt e de ensem bi wakukuru a wode ababeto ntentam fidie kese no so memi de me hunu se eye afutuo kese pa ekoma obi a enya Odo Broni esan se ensema na Councillor Lutterodt e ka no wo Odo Broni say ware 2010 ena say chaskojo fosu de late Daddy Lumba oja ne yere ye maami akosia say wa 2018 dia ade na ka hun say asemo no wa ususu say na ebeko ye de emra court de emra ena kan say hwehwe nuoma mu ade ne beko na me no e ka say no nsemo no se ne ekọ na esani etwa egu no ye be pe say menu mienu ye be kwa kotie ne Councillor Lutterodt e ka no esanse mpanifo se wani semu a yeni enyawo abusiafo mo me yonko na yenko nkotie nsemu a Councillor Lutterodt editu dwa no ye ba ne wo ye be ka ho
thing as if they are concerned, but unfortunately for me they are not truly and really concerned. And the catch there was said and come on aja mufia ma ye shinsan. Because about some time ago, me abia ba kon na me ye ne say me feel mind mo na adwuma me ye ne kakra yi ebo amanfo na me wo gidie bi say enkrofo bi a me ne won nam no omo ye equally qualified counselors no na ma adwe ne say recommending them was the best. Why does he say bo? So that in my absence, I'll give them the nod to go and sit in my programs for me. Can you imagine that? Omokwa, no mo see de debia, no mo person can be chile station. Say, I am not really the kind of person they should be running for the program, but they are qualified. And Crawford, me so me a colleague counselor. Eti me feel my musia, se bon Crawford be near Sa DNA asemba ya obi afrem wo Ghana mini Ghana your friend makasa WhatsApp yi. Yes obi ko bisa say na aden omo de omo ni ana. Enti bajo catch one say maka kantom go a no Angel FM 102.9. Yeah na be for kwan so. Amongst counselors there's no beef. There's no beef, but some time ago I wanted to be a type that can recommend people when I'm not around, but now I don't have anybody to recommend. I don't know if anybody will recommend me though, but I don't have anybody to recommend at the moment as I speak. Because I've told you before, said nobody, I'm not building anybody to be like me, and I don't want to have a replacement. When I'm no more, my books should speak for me, my tongue should speak for me, and the story ends there. That's what I'm doing now. Because they are not worth being introduced for. So I don't know if people understand why Akosia Sewa for Sumesis went to court. The media, I don't think the media to most of you understand why she went to court. If you are different, I know your educational level and your presentation. Please, do you have an idea why Akosia for Sewa Mrs. went to court? Okay, so I think that is where the problem is. So the education is not going. Akosia Sewa Fosu went to court because she's been deprived of being being recognized as the wife of Daddy Lumba, not Okuna. The reason for going to seek for redress is for the court to clear that she is the wife of Daddy Lumba and still married to Daddy Lumba. That was the only reason why she went to court. It's not about Okuna. I get my point here. So, the air cases is here, and Odo Broni di kunim, and of course, no. If she is able to be clarified in court that she is Mrs. Akosia Sewa Fosu, the story ends there. I get in a picture. That's all we're looking forward for. And people should learn that, Sebo, let's learn this education. If you marry in Ghana under traditional law, and you travel to any of the states, Germany, UK, US, and you are going to file your document and you are asked, are you married or single? And you say you are married. Once you are there, you are filing with Rosie and you say you are married. They don't care whether it was traditional marriage, it was engagement, it was what. Once they settle the two of you under the civil law, you are married. Because in America, in UK, in Germany, they don't have traditional marriage. So our no civil marriage. It's also a law. It is common you careful. And I'm being say, Obima Odo Broni enya say. Only Daddy Lumba wale ye. Na ye sheshano. Ni ye shishe AI. Eye nyamamano. No mo be jitu mu say ye wale na. No me na bega nusu anya sasa. They to subio. Or the ayire no koye den. Mesreno or the ayire no ekoye den. Or the so den swadi den abaya afina wesisu. Who 50? Who we afe? Who nam ye kokko? We are 10 say Rosie kakra. Who problem ni den? What is your problem? Now you be pushing on my gay abenya no me. Me say to you afa Angel FM to say, one country and say Emrano would definitely take care of the children. Don't keep it that in your head. But Emrano has nothing to do with her. See what you say? See, Kuma would act a beer. I'm an area that the beer about Kuma Yamaho. What's your answer? Yes, King Grania. See what? And from so Panaya, I want a children. Yen, you find out this year. When you're about to now, one penny bioma, Messra, Kona Jan, they're tossing you. Papa, I didn't home come on, so what him say, I say. All call what you will, or ban or what Germany by 2 the next scene, we say a big one, Fino. And I want to honor. So, make testament, any will, ni nyama what you nana, yes, where you were film, Mummy and Kai say, Embrana won't quite say a reverse it. It is our caretaker, no buy it. Ever share now, or be a son or share no yadim pemoni yamanina. If the man was still married before taking you to court to marry again, you become useless, and if you don't take care, they hold you for bigamy or they declare the marriage null and void. As someone done, Sisi by Sisi. There are too many examples.
Also, so for the caretaker, I think that's quite harsh with
About you were doing or my team. And Crawford, I shall perform Yanni. Your friend said, they are caregivers, they are caretakers. So, what are you talking about? Who was she?
You don't have children with your caregivers.
And this woman has no child with a man. Mind you, if you are a caregiver and you go and have a child with the man you are taking care of, you have breached the consent, the protocol of the job that we are employed for. So as for Odo Broni's case, Odo Broni was introduced to Akosia Sewa by Lumba. If she's lying or they are lying, then I'm lying. As Abaya Wenya Boami Kakran, and she prepared a room for Akosia Sewa to lie in, not as a wife. So when we are talking about that issue, the Kumawood Atta and this particular one, the Kumawood Atta has somebody taking care of her. Went to marry her, ignoring the wife, and the wife is back, and the wife will win. The same like Odo Broni. Odo Broni has come to take care of Lumba, not as a sick man. I keep asking myself, if we keep referring to Lumba Yali and Lumba Yali, and I was 6 then I will come. Was it artificial insemination? Munja bana mugu no fi. Me dem nkasa wie na atia breaker na wo ya mahi o. Me nkasa wie na atia breaker. Mama wie na ma obi ankofa me ma Angel FM obi atie o ma wie a wo be fa na say mechanic for me say. Oba so be hwe Lumba as a caretaker. Or on sister from being a caretaker, but she becomes a baby mama. Say Lumba ko ya no ho de na it is established say Akosua Sewa is still the wife of Lumba. Then she has committed a crime unless she says she didn't know. Now her fate is in the dead body. The only person that can deliver Odo Broni is Lumba, who is dead, and not those who are following her. So there's no victory. Odo Broni winning and Lumba losing. She went to court for clarification. Abusua Penny says, I am not a wife. May the court look at this document and check if by the civil laws, I am no more a wife. If they say she's not a wife, she will pack her things and go somewhere and leave the rest for Odo Broni, who claims she's a wife. But if they say she's a wife, then the action must be taken, where the children will be taken care of and Odo Broni will be set aside. She has to be evacuated from the house immediately.
Having sleepless night, and it all comes from my secret child from an early. While in secondary school, I got my high school girlfriend pregnant. And the family thought I wasn't befitting for her daughter and for their daughter because of the rascal life I lived. They flew her out of Ghana to avoid disgrace. Initially, we used to speak on phone when she flew abroad. But few months after her delivery, I stopped hearing from her. Her family has left their government bank, and I can't find them. And that site has been developed into a private property. It's been 15 years now, and even though I am married, I just can't live with the fact that I have a child somewhere whom I cannot find, that my wife and children know nothing about. I am scared there might be some dispute with me when I'm not alive. And my family might. Do I inform my wife about this child? In fact, I've been purchasing or what essence 15 years and now any girlfriend or any show essence for you. Now, and I'm saying I need to trust someone in a rascal life. In fact, again, it was you must talk in your wife, which you grant on it.
Kase technology nti echire enye fa echi very close to ye nyina ye wo ha menchia adwumayefo nyina ase na menka se 1 minute bia Afromax na mu na odi asa but what na order odi asisia on 0277609644 Afromax Plus bebe bia here be to prevent your prostate from enlarging and becoming a crime for you. And yeah, look at your liver and everything is being taken care of. Naka is a makwe ginger chips. There mean 2 years to be reviache. Talk about Gantanto and to be bad me feel I can imagine the way he's feeling now without my presence and the makwe ginger chips. So, what's here guy now? Or see Owa. I don't know why he's thinking in that angle and not the present. There are 2 ways of announcing, and whether it's necessary to announce or not. So, this is the story. The story they say, Akwalana only the home common. The child was born before the marriage. Is that not it? So, the package is that there are 2 forms of announcing children out of wedlock. When the child comes out of wedlock during the marriage, the story is different. When the child comes out of wedlock before the marriage, is also a different story. Because there are women who have vowed that they will never marry a man with a child. I don't know if you heard women saying that. You know, people say that often. I hear people saying it too much. So, or baby or what? She doesn't want her child to be the second born of the marriage. That is the standard. There are others that no matter how nice you are, once you have a child, they don't want to have anything to do with you. There are men who also don't want to have women with children to marry them. Only few of us are ready to marry women with children who have character. But let me tell you, if you meet a woman with a child who married before they divorce, if you're marrying somebody's ex-wife, always be careful. Because whatever their husband faced, they will use it against you at a wife wash or caliber. So this man's story is that Aqualano, because no yaketu or konyum yenti, ebusiane hu say which I agree. So I don't know if you were told when you are growing that if you impregnate anybody, you go and live with a girl. Did your father tell you that? Yeah, must I want to Yo, they never told me that they will bring the girl to our house. My father said anytime I impregnate anybody, they will sack me from this house to go and live with a girl. Mantia said that. So, and when I grew to a certain stage where I was working, my father said, I don't see you with any woman, but keep this in your head. Anybody that brings a child to this house, we will receive it. That was the second word when I became a grown-up and I was not focusing on women. Until 1:31st now, my mother and my father called me and asked me, is everything okay downstairs? Because I am growing. By then, I wanted to dedicate my downstairs to money and property. So childbirth during a certain stage of your life will not help because it will cause an abortion or interference to the future they are looking for, both in male and in female. It is a bushafone kase. Send or tiano. I want to me money na any of balance nadia. Not just say I am no cresse, I am pre say, oh, pre and I send by. But the problems is here, I can see and say, a son said, Wawari, I want bonnie eating number here. Say, what was funny here? I was officiating a marriage where I don't do counseling in my church. My church, I only supervise after the people have been counseled. Because if I sit in a counseling chair, I think we'll have few marriages happening like the one Rosie is about to do. But hear this one. Maybe edge document ever file it. And I'm who say, on Friday, you know, on the panel here the council of feeling marriage register or your divorcee. That is what I pay. Then I went back to ask the counselors, did you ask if he has a child out of the old marriage? They said, we just realized that he said, I said, no, go and ask. Where is the child? What is happening to the child? Say, well, in that particular time, they have fixed dates to have the marriage. Can you imagine that when I started probing, the lady in question who has a child with this particular one that was writing divorce was saying that the child custody arrangement was not properly done. So she was not going to agree and was preparing to come and cause mayhem on the day of the wedding. And they have to reach her and tell her that she can't do it because she can be arrested by law, but they declare the banks and she has a right. If you think that the child support is not working, she can go and file in court and they will call the husband to come and do what he's supposed to do, or the ex-husband or the child's father. So a child before marriage has a different story, and a child during marriage has a different story. But as we speak, the firstborn of this man is the first child of the marriage they find themselves in, which is going to distort the mentality of the woman who is sitting there, because she will feel she has been deceived. But here is the case. The young man said he was denied of having attention with a girl at a certain stage. His mistake was not announcing. Let's be honest. He has made a mistake. He could have announced before the marriage, especially because the child was there before the marriage. Whether the child is with your grandmother, the child is with your auntie, the child has been taken from you as I walk. There's a child for me, and I announced it, and I keep announcing every day. Even though I don't believe the child is mine, the mother keeps telling the child that you are the father. And she's there. No one, more than 3, and I'm okay. Maybe I'm a foster father, not a sexual father or a biological father. But I'm saying that I announced these things that were happening to me, whether they believe it or they don't believe it. So this guy's first mistake is that he never announced it before the marriage. Can he say it now? No. Why am I saying no? As we speak, if he tries to say that there's a secret in his head that he cannot sleep, where is the child? Is the child still alive? Where is the location of the child? When was the last time he spoke to the child? So if you are going to announce this to your wife, which details are you going to give her? Are you going to cause her to think like you? My word is that he should not announce now until he does investigation, have clear proof that the child is in Kaswa, is in Nyanyano, is in Ethiopia, and the child is truly his. Because somebody just announced, and the DNA came up to be that the child is not even for him in America. So hear this. If you are listening to me and you want to know how to announce a child, we don't tell the wife first. We tell the family first, like the way that Daddy Lumba did. Call me on 0277. It is 609. It is 644. If somebody has run away with your child, as a man, not as a woman, as a man, and you want to tell your family before marriage, call me, let me help you, because if you don't go for that child, definitely you have sleepless night like this young man. 0277 609 644. The same number can give you Afromax Plus and all my other brands. Right, as Kojosibol lives my line and go. The rest of us who are here, I want to welcome all of you. So I was on a show right now. Today for who? Today for who? I didn't get it. Esther. So ladies and gentlemen, Esther just wrote, and for your information, next year 2026, God willing, October, the nomination of Esther has been approved as the stunt or the principal constant listener and contributor to my show. Nominated by Abner Sugar Crash and supported by able Victoria in Kunim, my lord. They have nominated, and I think Monday I accepted the nomination, and I have now officially stamped it that we are providing a visa in the passport of Esther, and we are giving him a 5 years multiple visa to come to the United States of America for being a good follower of Councillor Lutterodt. And somebody asked me a very passionate question last night, sent me a message, said he came to my Facebook and the numbers on the Facebook are very low, they are just 8. And I said I should go back to my screenshot. I was doing 1K until they came to hack my Facebook, and ever since they hacked the Facebook, I've not been able to recover the loss of whatever have gotten back. So if you come to my Facebook and I am 2, I am 3, I am 10, I am 26, there are times I go up to 100, that's okay. But let's leave it there like that. I will not go to invest any more time. I want the content on YouTube. That is why I'm live on YouTube, I'm live on Facebook, and I respect all of you who come on Facebook, because I don't even understand why my friends on Facebook, 5,000 is blocked. And after it being blocked, unfortunately for me, still, when you come and you're doing live, you don't have even 200 people coming to follow you. As for those of you on TikTok, your loyalty and the way TikTok is, we can have people who are not even following us, but still want to become part of the business that we are doing. So I am grateful and I'm happy you've come to join me. I see you down there. So like I was saying earlier on, 5 years multiple visa for Esther. Process will start, God willing, from the month of February. So Esther, if you don't have a passport, mind you, the only way to have a visa is not in your Ghana card, it is in your passport. So let's do justice to that business. I'm ready to, as it were, assist you and make sure that you become the one that I have chosen and we have nominated. we will give you what you deserve. Like I said, I want everybody to hear what we are doing. We are giving Esther a 5-year multiple visa. 5 years, and we will keep her on our insurance, and she will go. And so December 26th at the Families Orgasm Conference in Ghana at the National Theatre. Very soon, the billboards will be out very, very soon. We will give the citation and the award to the best follower on TikTok or the best follower on Counselor live at the program. And whether Esther is there or not, the plug will be presented. And based on that plug, we are saying that she has qualified for the process of being a very good, consistent follower of Counselor Lutterodt, especially on TikTok. And for the rest of you, we should find a way to reward people one way or the other. What I have is what I give. I happen to be the CEO for the whole Africa for 3G Awards. And I have the power to nominate, I have the power to choose who. So I had a discussion with the board that I want to nominate one of my good followers who have kept me, and they agreed. And I've not nominated Esther, defended that nobody else can be here. If Esther doesn't go, then the thing should be blah, 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 blah. Right now, once it's been stamped and has been accepted, I introduce to you Esther as our 2026 winner for the best follower of Counselor Lutterodt. If you have any reason why Esther should not be giving the course or the visa as we are saying, you have the right to say it in your heart.
I'm emotional. Oh my goodness.
Abraham, introduce you. Abraham, why are you emotional? Why are you emotional? Oh no, we'll do it. So once I come, Esther, when I come, the first thing you need to do for me is to send us. When I arrive, you have to send me your bio page, and then your process will start. Definitely, you are coming to America. 80 said the SL start. The SL started. Yes, say Abraham. So you remember Esther Ba. Now Esther Ba, you be able to can say Waba. Esther, get ready. We'll do that process for you. In 2026, we'll do that. But in December 26th, at the National Theatre at the Families Conference, we will present to you a plaque and what you have won. You have won a 5-year multiple visa to America. We might say it or we might not say it. But whatever it is, we have agreed to your nomination and we'll take it exactly as such. So congratulations in advance. And I've said it. I've told the team already. So whatever happens to me, if I don't even live to see myself in 2026, the team will make sure that Esther will win this particular award. And it's last 2 years, I think the one who won, we give the person cash, we give him a mobile phone, and I think a stay in a hotel or something. Yes, I do that. My followers, I do that. But those people that the guy who won was it's called what he has an name. I don't. It's even the amount to mention his name. Ever since he won the thing, it's been difficult for him to see him again following me. The award has made him go to sleep. So, but it's good I have awarded him before he has gone to sleep. So definitely he will go. So once you are all happy for Esther, pray for us and pray for her that her family members will not take her passport and shit on it. Because we can forget cheer quentu. There's this vision that came for a young girl who was struggling to have a passport. And don't have a passport to if you know, I think I shared it on church. Obey did this up and I will be your friend and say, oh, family, I don't know who be that. or GN home from a goose, getting the passport into the field. The boyfriend in a guy, time I issue a passport in the current document, or share passport in this hour. Or quite sorry, now so for whom I can say passport be out here, the boyfriend fee. No say, passport in the fee passport of his bag, the share bag, yes. My boyfriend is only in a giant talk where I mean, person may call home put you. You see what happened? Soon for passport physically. And they go share boy in crowd. And they say, oh, lobby no call boy, no good dim commerce, uncle back. No yet to say, and yet, Billy says, no call, coordination drawing no fire. This is all Canada, Lucas. So, Bibi to me, see, Aquabia on your rasta or in the passport, call embassy. You share passport, I say, why have you pleaded your hair? When did you shave? I say, I've never pleaded my head. Yeah, the passport, man, no share, 18 away. Consular need your passport, no, I'm born in teeth, so I rasta favorite. What African magic can do, AI cannot do. So, you may be over, made them infend the agro. Ya can't do bedroom. Who could a software, also a soft mammy. Fewuram Pabom say Busian for my two combos will be able to. Was at times, no? And yes, Busian person to crime. A Busian be two crime or two crime or what ye way to us, Memo be a baby. That was in 1989. Medina Social Welfare. Those who know Medina. Having a camp meeting there where a guy has traveled to Ukraine. Before he was leaving, they took him to the family shrine and they made a covenant that apart from him, nobody else should travel again from the family. Does he agree or say I? Until quite will be a better attempt to be a no unya visa. Obi beka say when you no na abrofo na ma visa, don't worry. Say your bumper ye GD say your bumper it me kochi. Sanso obi so nim so bu nsa wutumi say obi there. Enti dey atu dwe dey your bumper. Wa wunni a obeso ye tia extra passport say this am no nya minkum na wafun enti say o abuchi. Extra so be do a. Ye dey so extra so go do abuchi pair. Obetwa mfoni e wo Manhattan Times Square. Now I'm going to say the Obana New York and can US. Oh no, if you come to the US and you don't come to New York, then you didn't come. All the downtowns, California, Atlanta, Chicago. I mean, it is not America. It is not America. It's not America, please. What I'm saying that it's not America. Where is America? America is NY. Where is America?
America.
It's NY.
America is not NYU.
Please, where is America?
Hey, America is Los Angeles, you.
Oh, please. Please. Don't try Los Angeles with a lot of homeless people on big streets.
But Gaza, when you go to Manhattan, you see the same people over there.
No. Manhattan is decent than when you go to Los Angeles. My brother.
Gaza, do you want to go all the way to Manhattan everywhere?
Can you find a street in Manhattan that is hosting homeless people?
Actually, I forget the street name. I can tell you. It's close to Chinatown.
No, that is not for the homeless. It's now a eating area. It's more or less like African and Jamaican eating area, and the place you are talking about. I don't want to say everything about that corner, but I'm saying that when you get to Los Angeles, you can have a lot of places where homeless have built their tent. People are so. I mean, Los Angeles might be a good place for you, whatever. But I'm saying that if you come to America and you've not been to New York,
for me, I love Chicago.
Don't worry. Where are you?
I mean, why are you? But I lived in New York before.
So why?
I lived in New York about 8 years.
So you left. So when you get to America first, where did you come to live?
New Jersey.
So then you came to town. You came to.
Yeah, I lived in New Jersey 4 years before I went to New York.
For how many years?
I lived in New York 8 years before I came to Ohio.
So you stayed in New York for 8 years. Is that not it?
Yes, please.
That means that you came to America. So congratulations. America for you. Wow. So over America now over New York, over America. And where would you be where Fubia? You far why you do ba Ohio. You far why you do go New Jersey, you far why you do go New Jersey.
New Jersey is a cemetery, it's true. It's true.
Na me maka bibi am boda. Me ka bibi am boda o. Bra.
It's true.
Bra
And then you just see it's like you live in Ghana and then you live in this area. Nima.
Bra, eri dey me new da.
What the only one me I know New Jersey any corner. I swear to God.
Na die ntia all ka say Nima man, any New Jersey ye pen. E wo ni team me nkoka.
The first day I cancer me drew New Jersey no. Me busa me who say me ya transit na say me drew America. Anypa go say na yam na me no kasa de bia. And I'm saying no say enya wo pa kameka say de bia in America. I say I'm saying no the bia Jersey higher in America.
Uti na ye say New Jersey for them bad. No ma be na ka do me ya wo ha. You may your page so far.
Cancer, the reason why I'm a flow where you best on say, what drain or the cancer patch or your drove
A apostate, Bema. Bema, oh, yeah, you. There be oh, Mimi Nibi.
But it's protected, right?
A yes, say, who be prevented, say, who be your Bema. Eti wo ha you well. You wait me post to the abroad. The here is over fan na man. Na do the abroad.
Na man way.
Me fra ma osisi a. Ma choji na man isisi a. Esther betin ambo ama. Abena betin ambo ama. Na man here 862.
Cancer patch oro.
Mate. 862. 215 2007 862 215 2007 2007 So I got now New Jersey first. They are saying your number is 862.
Daddy, me grown into my form number.
Hey, I do my dinner in New York.
New Jersey, and me drew New York and I'm touching it.
Ow. I'm right to Tibia. Tibia. My man, tell your kind. Hey, over pass, Mama. Miss Row. Miss Row.
You just want to tea you one more tea. Atlanta City.
Oh, and to the Atlanta City, the old Jehovah power. Bankrophone be at 1 chess on Pepe Beer, a year dinner, Cotina, you just say in 7 pool.
And you just know, baby, away a dinner, a wet chili pie, now on Oco Pedaya, on Fema, what the owner nearby said you come on Fema.
And as once that would baby to say, Eventia, Honso is a fool, but how you doing come?
Eventia, I've been 2 years ago. Cancer brought 4 pounds Eventia.
Everything, a damn boy didn't see our member.
Oh, Baby, baby, I'm a tear Eventia, Mr. Stevenson. Okay, Mr. Stevenson. Coco Baby, every Friday you come nipa. Eventia. Let me on my pipeline now, I'm walking crazy.
Yeah. Bessie, I now see how you knew, man. Yeah, Miss Row. My training work, my traveling to the wire. My training work 515. Wow. But Nancy Avington, the horse is a crab because you see a Cronus. Oh, Sanya manager. Oh, I want you to. I went to me and Todine and Tiomoko. They say, why is careful? What Todine boarding or
West Orange,
oh, West Orange, they say, second the Dupont area, or West Orange, say, how they
and overlook area
on honeymoon so yet. I him from some pool. Odo Broni. Egeja Mr. Zisia Fre Edro from Nadi Wedro. From Zisia.
I say me about your price, I'm pricing.
Oh, a shipment be account meet me Mawa. This was on a post until only on Casometro. Mr. Tomi, do not to an affair of guys a matter. Oto Afabako every day. Musumi Bia no ato, Mr. White. Na dacha sembinti ene ya.
They say age no kono nim kakra.
Bema first year again say 40. The last person you here and some if Ghana by checking with 32.
Wow.
It is first na ka say we chiri. But see an abeng nti Mr. Afromax there. Ya dia tu na Afromax there ya no say American Afromax 50 ko Ghana. Mo ha mo nim eduro no da. Emi hwa me call Maryland, they call presentation. Be amazed. Me de chira na abuni because I've been on this since I was 25. And obi abi na no. Me nka so mutimi ya den de ba na bo ri ntie bia ye nto ma bibi. And to show America ha, abrofo hin nya post-it. And before the yan nya. Enti wa wutie me de. Wo America, me de duro na ba. Ja san hwehwe ani mu no. O me ba nga na me to me. Wo ba na the post-it me ba. Na post-it na nya na ohu se ohu.
Because maybe I'm a hospital and check grab 3-4 months. Hey, God damn it.
Hey, Albonio. Hey, Albonio.
You didn't mean your blood.
Bema, okay, send you near blood and put in your post-it. Yeah, blood near different area. Bleeding blood are near different. Wait a minute. 80 million Shelbia, Obia, Bemabia, uncle, top post-it, Lumna Lumo, make a and do be a chrome, me Jindi, Jamie na me bound de where your friend Afromas Plus. Bema, or the audience is see and catch him so up, or the Nakache or Yonkum so Mujina, Bema, dear, to see a Eku and say, Yen fire who ending come up. Yen, that's our problem. We don't tell our friends until we are dead. Akwebi ani enyan in nam. Me buy see we then they could not post him say but when did he get it? Say he said that thing gave long time not talkers. See onu mo ya de ton a onya anu aduro me pa chow
me doctor every 6 months to be kwa
me da see and I make us say no kura say doctor ni you who every 6 months now who doctor ni we no say who ni bia then now you dey born by.
Yeah, we have to take something.
That's all. So Afromax Plus, best food. Me transfer befre. O free ya we are test na me hu na ma ne ndi komo. Na o de wa ba America, wa bobra. Na me nhira. Eya so anu ape $500 ya ma be say me ma o be kasa wa. Say enya hanka ya nti o. Ebusafo wo fa be ma me $500. Wo mo na ko jibra. Na me fan ko issue. What the sponsor bill? Na say wo fa na say o be so tua billboard back wo Ghana e ma your program ya me nhira mo bon sem. Abna follow wo fa na ko jibra ye. Billboard back wo fa my 1,000 crown my for you sub near go for 10 for ato one billboard. Enyeshi. Wo fa nya me nhira. Thank you. Ubet matra ye nyankoy enkoba e be di no so no ugina ha ga be boy. Oh, rich wife. Martin, rich wife. Rich wife.
Good evening.
Good evening, my love. How are you? Yeah, tell Kapa. I'm feeling it. I'm fine.
Thank God. Pastor, I wanted to know, sir, Adrono, is it something you have to take every day? Because
yes. Every day. A monthly supplement. It's almost 30. Over every day and every month you take 30. It's for life prevention because you don't know when it will come.
It means when it gets finished, you have to start another month again.
Yes, that's why it's supplements. So when you watch what it does for the body, read it carefully, and you see it's taking care of your blood circulation. It's an immune booster for you. It's taking care of your prostate. It's taking care of your premature ejaculation. It's building enough spermatozoa for you, and it's also taking care of your kidney and your liver. It also deals with stress. Anybody who feels very stressful when you are on Afromax, anytime you wake up in the morning, you look refreshed. Ask everybody taking it. Biso bia offer from I say or start fire with the or fire air posted. Now when nominate say you feel very refreshed. So it's a monthly supplement. Now what I did the Esther number Toby Mani Rao. Esther or the Bima Rao, yo yaka.
Tony Roberton, I know many of them. I tried exercise, I said no,
Enya kwatidi ni edro. Enya kwatidi Esther my dear. Enya kwatidi ni edro. Eya bank edro. When you're correct. You're correct. Kwati Bible edru enye kwati dindi edru kwati hu Bible edru ope kwati dindi edru a minim kwati na ye se na kwati na ye mre na magina so apa edru ama enti we nya kwati dindi edru we kwati ho a pese be touch ma ho edru enti rich wife like you said it is a supplement that must be taken every month so son but you order it now and that's it na mi shira odo ya ade am ton bi a rich wife na first to myself to be my father, to be my ukunu, obi a wedi above 30 years, ye man in February. Na de na ye agin sem. Opa wo so, eya mu bisa opa se edu na te sen. Oba na mu bisa se ekwo ne sen ema. Eda wase. And the letter ye won a very very funny letter. But nipa no actual letter ni de bra ye san say. Osuro said the esi wo Daddy Lumba fie no. Any Kumawood actor ni fie no. Ebi ebesi ana. Na san komo ye nyina ye bedibi se oba woni be mate na oba no anka nkire na ekire mu awade na ye de na bi hu a obeye de ye nkomo kase pa enye se woni be ma ne tena no kwanye mu bi ma nkomo aye di ne kire se be ma no wo ba ne da enye mansam ye kan na eni bedi be ma nkomo se oba be ma ba wale we ekire mu anya te se be ma no wo ba dada wanka nkire ana bema no ba nupo no onim na sia ne dia akola no ba ko edi ani no akola ne ye ne dia abrante bi ba seminar e wo make asem makada abrante obeka Esther obeka ritual bi obeka sa story oba seminar e wo US oba e na oye presentation wi na as abaya bi so be presentation ma because of me no Africans so me presentation we came together omodi din kroma do mu say what's your name no see oko connect girl bi onyim na judge no punish na o man ba US ni ku ne baba judge na abaye ene ye guy we di onyim no Ghana ba ku nkodi ba ku nsem US nso di enye gigiri bia abrantie ekohu ni be ya akra ne send off ba o say before bet my bibia ji so onya DNA report o ye DNA reporter abrantie dia area work see power Ghana Hona Branton friend of Papa Chen say ni say this. Na akase no be kan kire me. Na ne papa si won jama no. Ne papa friend yire no e ka Chen say. Nti ye ka say say bia bibi say ni esia then abeka. Na ba ye ni di ne father Lord that time say. Like father like son. You give birth everywhere. So what we are preventing your children not to have, you want to have it. What can I do? His mother sat to me. I won't say anything. But I'll take my own advice. And the father-in-law and say, what are you saying? I'm only asking if it happens. Say, no, Daddy, over my dead body, it will not happen. Because I'm trying to make sure that your son will not follow your footsteps. Wow. The father got very, very upset with the daughter-in-law. But the daughter-in-law said, I was speaking my truth. I can't hide the feelings. I told people that feelings are good, but you should learn how to manage and hide it. You should learn how to hide it. I'm playing. I want to speak my mind. Speaking your mind is good. But you remember that story? So the guy now has a child in America. And they have 3 girls down in Ghana. There's another celebrity who I was talking to right now. Went to Canada recently. He's a government appointee. He went to Canada recently. Came back home broken. And was making noise everywhere. The wife says she not give birth again. They have 2 girls. Once a boy. The guy said no. The wife said, "Mimi will be my brother. Or see you, Mati." Or also, so be to frako. But I said, "Odi trebia ye feel what a 2 kwama." Not saying government appointment by any be shared himself. And you know, for or to come back Canada. No, I share the Bama wedding 19 years. The head then said, Nima, I mean, Obama on the way and once some of friendly dinda. Or did a branch any din in Nana 12 franc? And a branch any dino a bomb me and son swap, born in Dean, the first name, second name, the surname. A dimbia your body pa or Ghana. According big brand name or Ghana. In the Akolano, Nima made any adje, send you upon you be. But on can't that or say one day. Akolani ba Ghana. Young Fabian to me and Sasso. I'm going to DNA or Canada. I am Passa Akolani and on swaba or Freya or bar catch your boys who not say Charlie. Talk am say make you not tell your wife. It's not important for that. Within your own intimacy. There's a time to announce when you have a child before the marriage. And there's a time to announce when you have a child during the marriage. Let me tell you, any woman watching me, keep this as part of your life journey. Only if you think you are going to be in marriage. That is likely that the unwanted may happen. The two things that are inevitable that can happen in marriage, cheating and divorce, could produce a child within wedlock. Don't ever say to yourself, if my husband brings a child, their story will end. I'll leave the marriage. Don't say these things. Never say them. Any of us can bring a child home. A friend of mine has brought a child, but honestly speaking, never had sexual intercourse with a woman. I repeat, my friend has gotten a child right now as we speak, but never had sex with a girl. Only now, unjindi, unjindi me wa. Hey, Charles is here. Wow. On my Facebook page, the Facebook page that is not producing numbers. Dr. Charles Benny is here. Dr. Charles Benny happens to be one of the great people. I told you about Viago. Viago in Ghana, where we are giving people opportunity to travel and do business and make a lot of money. I told you there's a new business I'm bringing back to Ghana. The app is running. It's called Viago. 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 Please just go and then follow us there if you want to be part of the club, which I want you to be. Please, it's not easy. If you want to be part of it, for you to have 3 times travel free around the world, good vacation, subsidized. It's also a business thing that your monthly contribution of only $50 will keep you going. That the club will give you 5-star treatment if you're going to Dubai, 5-star treatment if you're going to the UK, 3 times travel. Viago is solid. Big men are on it, like myself. This is the secret of the whites, how they are able to plan their vacations every year. So Viago, I speak to you about every day. I've not been able to make the noise very well because I've not left. But I'm in Ghana when they nominated me. I was in US when they nominated me, enrolled me, and made me one of the directors in Ghana. It's a big program that is running in Ghana. And I want to encourage all of you who love to travel and who want to invest in travel business. Not to own a travel and tour, but your money will be running for you, and every month you get some small coins in dollars. Just please, either you call me right now or follow me on Facebook. Anywhere you know you can follow me. Say, I want to be part of the Viago experience. I want to be part of the Viago club. I want to be a club member for Viago. It's just like the scammers that you build point on yourself so that you can go and sit in the business class subsidized. There are times you even join your flight without paying anything at all. Build up a lot of credits for yourself, and you not regret that Viago has come into the system. I think Viago will going to be on TikTok very, very soon. When I come to Ghana, it's part of the medium we are going to use. Viago on TikTok, Viago on Zoom. I've been posting the link every time on my timelines. Those of you who want to join the class. Today at 5 p.m., Ghana will have a lecture. If you want to join it, just come and tell me, Counselor, I want to join it. I'll pin it down for you. Then you can go and join us and be part of the Young Women. Dr. Bennett, thank you for being part of my show today. So as I was speaking earlier on, if a man has a child before marriage, should he tell the woman? If yes, why? If no, why? Because a child before marriage makes the child the firstborn. Any man that has a child before marriage, the child becomes the firstborn. And it's not every woman that wants to start marriage, as it were, with a child. So if you don't take care, people will get very offended and upset. Why? Because they feel they have been disconnected from the originality. I never wanted to start life with a child. How come you hate this thing from me? So what I'm saying to you is, how will you feel as a woman when a man walks into your life that he has a child, didn't tell you? As the marriage is going on and you are happy, the cat is let out of the bag. What will be your feelings? But before I go there, let me just jump on some few conversations that is trending in town. One of them is the Daddy Lumba issue. I realize that a lot of people are acting as if they are happy for victory for Odo Broni. I feel some of us, we are destroying the future of this girl. I keep repeating. Why am I saying that? Who is Odo Broni? Can anybody help me describe who she is? Not in a negative way, like she's not a woman. No, I'm saying that her status, I'm talking about her status as we speak in the life of Daddy Lumba. Who is she? If that status is cleared and defined, then we can all know what we are talking about. Because as we speak, the case in court that we will not talk about, because I keep saying the cases in court, I don't address it because I'm not a judge. I am not even interested until the judgment is passed and I get a copy to read. But I hear that team legal wives that we call them and they say, we move, are the main brain behind the support of the court incident in Kumasi for Mrs. Akosua Sewa Fosu. What is the reason why she's in court? She's in court because her marriage validity is being contested by the family here. Hence, they are claiming that the marriage between Mrs. Akosua Sewa Fosu and Charles Kojo Fosu the late was nullified. There was a divorce. So they don't even respect her to be a wife that must even come around to come and widow a dead husband. However, we can all remember that when the loss of Charles Kojo Fosu the late happened, there was an announcement that came out about his death. And in that announcement, there was a response given for more than 1 week until the dust settled. The finality of the conversation came from the family head, Ejawusu, who happens to be coming from the mother's side. According to sources and conversation, they handed over to him at the second Ebusiampeni when the previous one passed on, and the mother handed over the children, Lumba and the other siblings, to Ejawusu. So he was really loudly informed about the state of Lumba and his marital status. So I remember that when they announced the demise of the late Daddy Lumba, Charles Kojo Fosu the late, there was a penny in the village granted an interview and made it clear to all of us that he has not heard or know about the death of Daddy Lumba. Why? Because constantly in the life of Charles Kojo Fosu Daddy Lumba, every day he's being declared that he's passed on. People keep announcing his demise, but after he comes back to business. Based on that conversation, he told us that me Jim this Lumbe. This a mianka sama suma ma edi eni akohunu. Ama yakoshe say hospital bend we. Much the bend eni akọ. No ma Jim much safwa na bebo otekokọ na otekokọ so amane. Exactly the words of Ejawusu in paraphrase. In this paraphrase conversation, he made it clear to us that he would not tell anybody here that Daddy Lumba is dead or has passed on until he goes to find out and get documentation from the morgue proving the demise of the late Charles Kojo Fosu. Fast forward, the Bishop Penny made it clear to us that where Lumba was living, then they heard he was living with somebody in the house, with another grown-up woman who claims to be the mother of the somebody they were living. So when he heard that Lumba was not living alone but with somebody who rushed him to the hospital, when they sent the delegation from the village to Accra and to the house of Lumba, they decided to speak to whoever was in the house, and the person refused to talk to the Busapeni. And these are the words of the Busapeni. Abayana si oneme nkase sanse onim. And the Busampenyi to reply, Menso me nimuno. I'm surprised. Busampenyi made a statement say, Onu oni mo Odo Broni. Odo Broni susi oni me Busampenyi biya. It was established. During that same time, you see Busampenyi said, yet it is said, Lumba, any Odo Broni common a wolf, you na womba amawari no. And Busampenyi tool and num to no catch and say, or no dear or yea or nim say Lumba walen. Eye akosia sewa or what Germany. Or no ne Lumba yere abusuani. We abusuani num tong and okan. Now on no bank cry, no abeshe. Na creative arts for crassy on your video be. And abusuani say why the mom was a candid no go source a candid night. Na abusuani to omutimi nye say and this our video na same. Lumba money be near abusuafo be ekoi. They attended not in their numbers but in their skeleton. And check and I was penny mobile 2 months and the 1 week a mother the Lumba. And so back and forth. Finally, now and from so can see and say a chairman was a penny by a man in Swan if you only a chilling say. A buyer in and not on no Lumba or how any tifia. Now, only fair football way I will back poly incident and therefore won't the power more than incident. And I say, wow, and the Lumba your baby I would if you any any born on Comosa. At year 1 week. Except Obawali 14 cent. Akosia Sewa Fusua Ofi Germany. A Lumba legally registered wife. Till the death of Lumba, they were still married in all protests and by law as the only gazetted Mrs. of the late Daddy Lumba. She made a big mistake of her life, which I will not stop saying it. The big mistake of her life was that she came up to accept the fact that the baby mama and the house help of Daddy Lumba should join her to bring peace to sit as the two widows. She was not cleared and advised clearly that the widow happens to be the wife of the deceased man. And if your husband is married to you legally, then it is an irregular problem to allow another woman to join you, mourn your husband in the state of widowhood rights. Akosia Sewa Fosu Mrs. made this mistake and missed the mark. Why? Because she gave respect and dignity, honor to the Busampenyi of Daddy Lumba, who told us that the only wife that he knows happens to be Akosia Sewa. So Akosia Sewa has a reverence for this man. And out of that, she bowed to that arrangement and the 1 week was done. After the 1 week was done, then some of us started our conversation that the woman is just a baby mama. She has no right to the estate of Daddy Lumba. The children will have right to the estate of Daddy Lumba. And a lot of issues started. Then I came to advise Odo Broni because Daddy Lumba's soul was standing at the entrance of his house, that she should allow things to be done the right way and never claim she is the wife because she's a baby mama. 1 minute beyond from us then. So when this issue came up with Odo Broni being a baby mama, then the story started that I made a comment again that if Akosia Sewa would not be careful and will allow that the obituary, which is a legal document that can be used for an LA, they allow Odo Broni to be on the obituary as a wife, then her status as Mrs. Fosu is nullified. It means that she has thrown away her Mrs. and must prove a divorce certificate. But if there's nothing like that, then adding Akosia Sewa and Odo Broni on the obituary, then what they are telling the German government is that there is an act of bigamy, but they don't want to address it. When I started my North 7 conversation, that is when I hear Akosia Sewa's team realized that counselor is speaking sense. Odo Broni's team realized that counselor is going to cause trouble. Why have they agreed to do the 1 week together? And I'm setting up a lot of confusion among them not to agree again. I was speaking for the future. Remember, when we lost the legend, that Saturday, I made a lot of statements. Go and watch it on Pizza. Afromax Plus. Exactly. So when we lost the legend Daddy Lumba, Chasko for the late, I made a lot of conversations, I said a lot of things, including the fact that if we don't set up well, his funeral will be a lot of chaos. I said it. And my chaotic situation about the funeral was that these things were going to happen. But I advised Odo Broni and told her that you are a baby mama and remain as such. And you are not the only baby mama. So I remember when the Bishop Penny was living, the Bishop Penny made a statement and recorded, it was recorded that Lumba has the number of children that Bishop Penny mentioned, was it 11 or 12? And had one wife who is a Akosia Seraphis. She said it again. And for that matter, she will be the widow at the program and left Accra to the village. He was interviewed again. They asked him that. So, per all the arrangement, that when the year is no one day you can or say, I feel go be some penny for. That was where the confusion started. So, the confusion of Akosia Sewa being in court today didn't start with Akosia Sewa. It started with the Bishop Penny, who knows what the truth is. However, turn the truth to be something else, I wouldn't know why he was doing that in the name of bringing peace. But I don't know why you can cause confusion in the name of bringing peace. That Lumba was not a polygamous man. Onya wa do for Bema. Now who say who pass to the yen to say or wali obi. Ah, wali that. So that is what brought the misunderstanding. And Akosia Sewa, who was in full respect and honor to the Bishop Penny, realized that Bishop Penny doesn't give respect to her like the way he says it. So the best thing is, once they don't recognize her as the wife, no family member can talk. She wants to go to court. My narration will be boring, but follow it. So Akosia Sewa realized that let's seek for a redress, because the Odo Broni, who is not a Fosu, mind you, DLF is owned by Daddy Lumba. I don't know any other person who is a partner. When Daddy Lumba kicked the bucket, a letterhead was released from DLFM announcing the death of DL. Also mistakenly, Sewa Amir went on radio to confirm the death of the late Charles Kodufosu, Daddy Lumba. That was also an error in those times. So when the letterhead of DLFM, which is the radio station that Daddy Lumba owned, brought the notice to the public that the owner and their friend, Daddy Lumba, is no more, the letter was signed by a lawyer. Now, and that was when I asked that the lawyer signing puts the company's name under and mention his name. Then I drew the attention of the host then of the show that I don't believe in this circulation. Why? Because if it is not the right of DLFM to announce the death of their host, it is supposed to be the Ebusuan Penny and the family that he belongs to. So that was an error. Number two, the lawyer with his chambers doesn't have the locus to sign a letter from DLFM announcing the death of Daddy Lumba. I said this too, and many didn't get it. Yeah, I was there, Tilly and the rest were there. He was so sting. They said that's not the most important thing. The man might be buried. Their rush is the burial, but my interest was what will happen after the burial. Then we were there after the Saturday when I said what I said. They withdrew that letter and wrote the same thing on behalf of the Fosu family on Baba Jamal and Associates. The law firm now came to do the official announcement of the demise of the late Daddy Lumba. Serious. So a law firm now came to announce that on behalf of the Fosu family, and we didn't know who the Fosu family was, because by the legal rules of engagement, the immediate family of a deceased person is the wife and children. So the Fosu family where Odo Broni was not a Fosu. Number two, when they were writing this letter, the Bushampenny was not the one announcing the death. Number three, when they were writing this letter, they were not writing on behalf of Akosua Sewa Fosu and the children. So the Fosu family that the Baba Jama and associate were representing was vague. To me, I said it, that I don't know which of the Fosu family Baba Jama and the team were representing. I said it. Those times I said it. But nobody listened to me. All of a sudden we're there. Then Baba Jama and associate continue writing. When there's a communique, they come and write. Now we heard they are the lawyers for the family of Daddy Lumba. Whilst the Ebushampenny told us that he doesn't know any lawyer. Keep this in your head. Ebushampenny Ejawusu is not a Fosu. He's not. He's not from the Fosu family. He is from Daddy Lumba's mother's side. So the law firm, Baba Jama and Associates, that wrote all those letters I have to us, representing the Fosu family. Which of the family was the law firm representing? Well, let us just say, when the late Charles Kojo Fosu was alive, they were the chambers that were representing him when it comes to legal issues with his companies and everything. When a man engages you to become his lawyer, whilst you are being paid for the service, you are not there for the family. You are there for him. So I have my lawyer, personal lawyer, Councillor Lutterodt. I have my lawyer, personal lawyer that deals with my cases. It's not my family lawyer. So my company, the work consult, the family consult, all the consults I have, the lawyer has right over them. But my wife, children, and my house, the lawyer doesn't have right over them. So he is not the lawyer for the Lutterodt family. The legal arrangement from the beginning, for me where I sit, was thwarted and confused. However, I came back to say that I stand to be corrected. Why? Because I have not seen a document that maybe was handed over to the law firm from Daddy Lumba's personal cabinet, sealed, that you represent my family in the time of my demise. I've not seen it. They didn't tell us. But it is hearsay that it was alleged that this law firm were very instrumental in the purchasing of the radio station for Daddy Lumba. Hence, the family relationship with Daddy Lumba was there. It's alleged. Whilst we were going on, then Akosua Sewa realized what was happening. The letter came from Baba Jama and Associates on behalf of the Fosu family. That till today, I don't know which Fosu family the law firm is representing. I'm surprised that the court has accepted them. They were sued. So I think that the court has accepted them because they were sued. They were sued as Priscilla something. That's Odo Broni. Ebushampenny was sued as Ejawusu, and Transition was sued. So the Fosu family have not been sued. For one conversation you, because one said, and come on yako Danny Bibi Fufro, yedi and Uncle anymudi na Danny Bibi. See a wepa. So Tama law firm no church from Katamayan. Also we a Fosu family. Besi and enemy mean Fosu family or more represented because Odo Broni and Fosu. As far as the document we have now is showing, Odo Broni Fosu. Ebusuan penny eja wosu enye fosu. Dia oye fosu no ye Daddy Lumba. It is a mrane immediate family. Eye Daddy Lumba. Ne yire ene ne ma. Immediate family. Na omo no ye fosu family. Immediate. And so na Lumba enyanom nso abepeso. But the yedi nkomo a ye kan. Law firm na yedi no ho nkomo. Won fi Lumba busuan nimu ne papa echi. It is a Lumba papa echi omo ye fosu abusuafo no. Ena eji baba jamai na associate to mu dia. Then we can boldly stomp up and say they are lawyers representing the Fosu family. Again and again. Because Akosua Sewa Fosu, Mrs., has decided to choose the husband's name since they got married and have children with the legend who has been named by their father as Fosu. A family can have the Fosu family, a law firm can have the Fosu family, and we can easily know that the Fosu family is Akosua Sewa and the children of Daddy Lumba, even if not with the father's family members. If you are smart and you don't want to dilute your education, your level of sanity, and you want to just stay neutral like some of us, not being biased because somebody is calling you name, then let's be honest with ourselves. Based on these arrangements and conversation, the law firm that is representing the Fosu family, which family are they representing? This was my question. Because the locus to represent the family they are supposed to represent is not available. Unless otherwise it is proven to us that Odo Broni is Mrs. Priscilla Fosu. But in all the narration I hear, there have not been any instance where she's been called Fosu. Please, if you know that Odo Broni has been called Fosu anywhere in documentation, please tell me so I will change and come to that level. So the law firm Baba Jama and Associates, the law firm that came up and finally formed and changed themselves from just being the Fosu family lawyer to become a lawyer speaking on behalf of the Ebusuan Penny conflict of interest, if you ask me. Okay. So when Ebusuan Penny and the family members through Baba Jamal's firm made it clear to the wife of the late Daddy Lumba that she is not a legitimate wife, then she took the case to court and said, those who are battling over my husband's body with me is Ejawusu, the family head, Priscilla, I've forgotten the second name, Odo Broni, who happens to be the baby mama of my late children's father. My late husband has children with my late husband, baby mama. And then where my husband's body has been laid, the transition. Well, I'm hearing for the first time, because the response that came, whoever is writing, if you can make a request, come and let me ask you some few things, because the response that came, if today there's a change, because Makassars have been more than pneumonia, then I stand to be corrected. But so when you did now, Mr. Den, Mr. John Den, is it John Okafo or John Ibu? Ebusuan Penny has his own lawyer. His lawyer spoke today. Ebusuan Penny, Miss, is it Miss Tin or Miss Zin? Miss Jane. So Miss Jean. Miss Jean, if you have detail, can you please, Miss Jean, can you please make a request and let me ask a few questions? Because I I don't know when Ebusuapeni had a lawyer in court. I don't know. And I don't know if Ebusuapeni's lawyer right now should speak. It's not from Baba Jama and Associates. Daddy Lumba played that song. Hear me very well. When people come and make allegations, I don't know. So I give an opportunity. So, madam, can you please come and help us? Because I didn't go to court today. And I'm here to speak to my court correspondents who are on social media. They are my correspondent, and I didn't send anybody there. But when they come and report, I pick or gather it, especially Gossip 24, his content, and then GH page. There are two people I rely on their running. Their content is always clear for me. As for Hiniba Media, he's made it clear to all of us that he's speaking on behalf of Odo Broni. So that makes him biased. Tell him I say so. So this lady has brought me to a point where she's saying that Ebusuapeni has a lawyer that spoke today in court. Oh, could it be that my noise is making sense? Because the response that was given to Mrs. Akosua Sewa Fosu, the